What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today is the 3rd of December. Let's go over the price action on Nasdaq 100. So today we had the ADP numbers came out, and we had a big drop off today. So today we had let me see if I can mark out how much point range we had today. Today we had let me see, 250 point range today. Average day in the Nasdaq, about a 1% move overall. So we barely went above yesterday's high. So we opened here, traded all the way into the downside, into this daily candle before we flip to the upside. So that is how this day went. So let me see if I can mark out previous day low and the previous day's high for the current day. Well, it would have been this candle and this candle. We barely traded above this one. So opened up today with a nice little gap up before we traded back down, and then we went higher. So this now is looking like this. We're still stuck inside this order block here. We took out this high from a couple of weeks ago, and we're heading for this high now. Manipulated down into this candle, like I was saying. This is what the weekly candle looks like, and this is what the current monthly candle looks like. So it's still an inside month. We already took out the previous week's high, and we're heading for this would have been the second week of October's high right here that we heading for now, and on our way to all-time high. Let us see if we get the Santa Claus rally. Now going down to a much lower time frame. This is the 4 hour. This is what the 4 hour time frame looks like. So this chart now, I'm using a different broker feed for this, so it's just showing me the current price action here. So it didn't load up all the data. It's just the current monthly contract here. So let's get right into the most current part of the price action. So the 6 4 hour candles, we traded down here into this 4 hour order block and this gap up also from the ADP numbers, because we opened somewhere around here, traded down, then we went back up. Looking at the lower time frame now. I'm not going to look at the 1 hour time frame, or should I? Let me show you. 1 hour time frame looks like this. Traded down, big spike down on the ADP numbers that were released before we traded back up into the same so the same kind of seek and destroy pattern today, with this long spike down. This happened in the New York session. I took a one little buy here today and made a little bit of a profit. Let me show you on the lower time frame. So I'm going to just go right into the lower time frame. So this is what happened. Asia opened up, trading sideways right through London session. I took a I think I took a sell inside this macro. This is a trade that I caught during this macro. Traded down, and this took me out break even on the runner. before we trade it back up and then trade it lower. The price action kind of just slowed down a bit for the overnight session, so not a lot of moves happening like the other day when we had a bunch of news and all of that coming out for um, the overnight session. Now, getting into London session, I left to around here. This would have been a nice little buy inside this macro here, sending us higher. And we had the news print right around 8. I think the ADP numbers came around 8:50. I'd have to check back the calendars, but around 8:50 thereabout inside the 8:50 to 9:10 macro right around here. Big sell off, and then we just spend the whole day grinding back to the upside. So big sell off, and this from the low of the day we took out the, well, we didn't take out the previous day's low, but we took out some internal lows. Traded down here, this now looks like a nice little level that will be run sometime in the future, because this is now an equal low. So took out that low, and then now, like I say, the 950 to 1010 macro gave us this buy up, came back down, bought up again, and we just spent the whole day grinding higher. Like I said, the 1050 to 1110 macro gave us a little buy opportunity right there, and we got another entry in the lunchtime. This macro didn't give us a real play. It was really the end of the macro right here that gave us the play. So the end of the macro gave us this entry. This macro gave us a nice little play. This was around 1150 to 1210 macro gave us this buyer entry to send us higher. This is during the lunchtime, which give us the main move. Push up, run these internal highs here, consolidated, and just grind higher. So that was the move on the lunch hour period. Throughout the PM session, we just, like I said, slowly grind higher. This macro 1250, 1250 to 110, push higher same way, and around the PM silver bullet right here came back to a little pullback here inside this level, and then we ran higher. So not much of a move right there, not much of a move, and we just closed the day right around here around 4 o'clock. But this was when the volume kind of just dried up in the market, and we just ended the day there. Now it's still early in the month and we're still setting up. So let us see what we really get on the daily time frame. We're not far from all-time highs. So we could have caught some buys if we were on the chart. But during the time that I was here, I wasn't able to get into those buys. So still expecting us to come down again a little bit, manipulate to the downside and continue higher. So let us see if that's what we get. So tomorrow is Thursday. We could easily run this high. I'd have to go check the calendars and see if we have any news to send us higher. But that is it for today's video. I will catch you guys on the next one tomorrow. Peace.